What if I told you that the difference between two SUVs isn't just about money? It's about two completely different worlds. Two completely different realities. On one side, we have SUVs that cost less than $20,000. Reliable, practical, built for real people living real lives. On the other side, we have machines that cost more than $1 million. Vehicles so excessive, so absurd, that they make Lamborghinis look like economy cars. Today, we're going to explore both extremes. 5 affordable SUVs that won't destroy your bank account versus 5 insane luxury fortresses that cost more than most people will earn in their entire lives. I'm going to show you what you get for $20,000 and what you get for $1 million. And by the end of this video, you'll know whether that extra $980,000 is genius or complete madness. Let's begin. We start our journey with a vehicle that represents smart buying, the Mazda CX-5. For around $18,000 in the used market, you get a compact SUV that automotive journalists consistently praise. And here's why. First, driving dynamics. The CX-5 doesn't just transport you from point A to point B, it actually makes you enjoy the drive. The steering is responsive, the handling is tight. It feels more like a sports sedan than a family SUV. Second, fuel economy. You're looking at around 28 miles per gallon combined. In a world where gas prices can swing wildly, that matters. Third, interior quality. Step inside a CX-5 and you'll be shocked. The materials feel premium. The design is clean and modern. This is a vehicle that looks like it should cost $35,000. But you're getting it for half that price. And finally, reliability. Mazda has built a reputation for vehicles that simply work. Year after year, mile after mile. No drama, no expensive surprises. This is the SUV for the intelligent buyer. The person who wants quality without the insane price tag. Your neighbors won't gasp when you pull into the driveway, but your accountant will smile when they see your bank statement. It seats 5 comfortably. The cargo space handles your weekend trips to Costco, and it'll probably outlast your next 3 smartphones combined. Boring? Maybe. Brilliant? Absolutely. And now, we enter a completely different dimension. Ladies and gentlemen, the Carlman King. Starting price? $1.9 million. Let me say that again, slowly. $1.9 million for an SUV. This vehicle isn't just expensive, it's offensively expensive. It's the kind of price that makes you question humanity's priorities. So what do you get for nearly $2 million? Well, first, it's hand-built in Europe. Only 12 are made each year. Each one takes thousands of hours to construct. It's based on a Ford F550 chassis. Yes, you heard that right. A Ford. But then transformed into something that looks like it drove straight out of a sci-fi military movie. The exterior. Imagine if a stealth bomber and a luxury yacht had a baby. And that baby was raised by an eccentric billionaire with questionable taste. Sharp angles, aggressive lines. It weighs 13,000 pounds. That's like 3 Mazda CX-5s stacked together. Now let's talk about the interior. This is where things get truly insane. Italian leather that costs more per square foot than luxury apartments in Manhattan. Gold-plated everything if you want it. A 4K TV system, a satellite phone, a built-in safe, a champagne fridge, a coffee maker. Optional bulletproof armor plating. Yes, bulletproof. Because apparently, when you're spending $2 million on an SUV, you're worried about both road rage and international espionage. Here's the perspective that breaks your brain. You could buy one Carlman King, or you could buy 105 Mazda CX-5s. You could create an entire parking lot of reliable, practical SUVs that would serve families for decades. Or one vehicle that screams, "I have more money than the GDP of a small country." The Carlman King. Proof that just because you can spend $2 million on something doesn't mean you should. Next, we have the Honda CR-V, around $19,000 used. If the Mazda CX-5 is the smart choice, the CR-V is the safest choice. This vehicle has been the #1 or #2 best-selling SUV in America for years. Not because it's exciting, not because it turns heads, but because it does something far more important. It just works. Consumer Reports rates it as a top pick year after year. Owners routinely drive these past 200,000 miles. Some even hit 300,000. The cargo space? Best in class for compact SUVs. The rear seat room? Your teenagers won't complain. Fuel economy? Around 30 miles per gallon on the highway. Maintenance costs? Here's where the CR-V really shines. While luxury SUV owners are dropping thousands on routine service, CR-V owners are spending hundreds. Oil changes, brake pads, tires. Nothing dramatic. Nothing bank account destroying. The CR-V is the automotive equivalent of a golden retriever. Friendly, reliable, never lets you down. Everyone loves it. It doesn't do anything spectacular, but it does everything well. This is the vehicle your financial advisor would recommend. The vehicle your parents would approve of. The vehicle that will still be running strong when you're teaching your kids how to drive. Practical? Yes. Predictable? Absolutely. Perfect? For most people, probably. And now, Ferrari's first SUV. Well, Ferrari refuses to call it an SUV. They call it an FUV. Ferrari Utility Vehicle, because even the name has to be special. Price? Over $1 million for fully loaded versions. Let me be clear about something. This is not a practical vehicle. This is not for grocery runs. This is not for your kids' soccer practice. This is a 675 horsepower, naturally aspirated V12 engine, wrapped in a body that happens to have 4 doors and slightly more ground clearance than a sports car. 0 to 60, under 3.5 seconds. Top speed? Over 200 miles per hour. Think about that. You can transport 4 people and their luggage at 200 miles per hour. Why would anyone need this? They don't. Need has nothing to do with it. The Purosangue exists because Ferrari asked a question. Can we make an SUV that still feels like a Ferrari? And the answer is yes. But it'll cost you $1 million to experience it. The interior? Pure Italian luxury. Carbon fiber, Alcantara, hand-stitched leather. Every surface is a work of art. Every control is precisely engineered. The sound? When you press the accelerator, that V12 engine doesn't just make noise. It creates a symphony. A mechanical scream that makes every other SUV sound like a vacuum cleaner. But here's the reality. While the Honda CR-V owner is taking their kids to school, paying their mortgage, and saving for retirement, the Purosangue owner is experiencing what it's like to have a supercar. That can also pick up dry cleaning. Is it worth $1 million? Only if you have $10 million in the bank. And even then, it's still completely, utterly, beautifully insane. Now we come to the Subaru Crosstrek. Around $17,000 used. This vehicle represents something different. This is for the adventurer on a budget. Every single Crosstrek comes with all-wheel drive. Not as an option, not as an upgrade, standard. That means whether you're dealing with snow in Colorado, rain in Seattle, or dirt roads in rural America, you're covered. The Crosstrek sits higher than most compact SUVs. More ground clearance. That means you can handle rougher terrain without destroying your undercarriage. It's not the fastest. It's not the most luxurious. The interior is functional. The engine is adequate. But none of that matters when you're on a mountain trail at sunrise or camping by a lake or navigating through a snowstorm. This is the SUV for people who actually use their vehicles for adventure. Not Instagram photos of adventure. Real adventure. Reliability? Subaru has a cult following for a reason. These vehicles last. Owners treat them like family members. You'll see Crosstreks with 200,000 miles still going strong. Fuel economy is decent, around 30 miles per gallon highway. Safety ratings are excellent. And the best part? You can take it places that would make luxury SUV owners panic. The Crosstrek is proof that adventure doesn't require a 6-figure price tag. Sometimes all you need is all-wheel drive, decent ground clearance, and the courage to leave the pavement. And now, we enter the world of armored luxury. The Darts Prombron, $1.2 million. This is not a vehicle for civilians. This is a vehicle for people who need protection from civilians. Imagine if a tank and a Bentley had a baby. That's the Prombron. This SUV is built in Latvia, handcrafted, and designed for one specific purpose: keeping you alive while you travel in extreme luxury. The armor plating can withstand bullets from assault rifles. The windows are bulletproof glass, several inches thick. The tires are run-flat military grade. The fuel tank is self-sealing in case of puncture. You're not just buying transportation, you're buying a mobile fortress. But here's where it gets weird: the interior. You can option leather made from, and I'm not making this up, whale penis. Yes, whale penis leather. Because apparently when you're spending over $1 million on an armored SUV, regular cow leather just isn't exclusive enough. Gold-plated accents, diamond-encrusted gauges, a champagne cooler. Literally every surface can be customized to your exact specifications, no matter how absurd. The Prombron weighs over 4 tons. It drinks fuel like a military vehicle. Because, well, it basically is a military vehicle that happens to have a luxury interior. Who buys this? Dictators. Oligarchs. People whose Wikipedia pages have a controversies section. People who need bulletproof protection but refuse to sacrifice luxury. While Subaru Crosstrek owners are hiking through national parks and enjoying life, Darts Prombron owners are wondering if that car following them is a threat. Different worlds, different problems, different price tags. The Nissan Rogue. Around $16,500 used. This is the underdog of our affordable list. Not as celebrated as the Honda, not as sporty as the Mazda, not as adventurous as the Subaru. But here's what it is: comfortable, spacious, and surprisingly refined. The Rogue consistently ranks as one of the best-selling SUVs in America. Why? Because it gives you a lot of vehicle for not much money. Interior space? Generous. This feels bigger than its compact classification. Rear passengers actually have legroom. The cargo area can swallow a week's worth of groceries plus your dog. Fuel economy? Around 33 miles per gallon highway. That's excellent for an SUV of this size. Ride quality? Smooth. Nissan tuned this for comfort, not sport. Long highway drives don't leave you exhausted. Is it exciting? No. Will it win any racing competitions? Absolutely not. Will automotive enthusiasts write love letters about it? Never. But will it get you and your family safely from point A to point B, day after day, year after year, without drama and without destroying your budget? Yes. And for most people, that's exactly what matters. The Rogue is the sensible choice, the practical choice, the choice that lets you save money for things that actually matter, like your kid's college fund, or that vacation you've been dreaming about, or, retirement. And finally, we arrive at the ultimate symbol of automotive excess, the Rolls-Royce Cullinan Black Badge, with extensive customization, over $1 million. Rolls-Royce. The name alone means something. For over a century, this brand has represented the peak of luxury, the absolute summit of automotive achievement. The Cullinan is their SUV, named after the largest diamond ever discovered, because subtle was never the goal. What do you get for $1 million? First, the Spirit of Ecstasy hood ornament. That flying lady figure? She retracts into the hood automatically to prevent theft. Because of course she does. The doors? They close themselves, electrically. With a gentle, satisfying thunk that sounds like a Swiss bank vault. Step inside and you enter a different dimension. The leather is hand-selected. The wood trim is sourced from specific trees and aged like fine wine. The Starlight headliner has hundreds of fiber optic lights creating a constellation pattern above your head. You can custom design everything. The color of the leather, the pattern of the wood, the shade of the paint, which Rolls-Royce will match to anything. Your favorite handbag, your spouse's eyes, a sunset you once saw, they'll match it. The Black Badge version? That's the darker, edgier Rolls-Royce. more power, darker chrome, more aggressive styling. For the billionaire who wants people to know they're a billionaire, but like a cool billionaire. Power, 593 horsepower, 0 to 60 in under 5 seconds, for a vehicle that weighs over 6,000 pounds. Physics becomes optional when you have Rolls-Royce money. The ride quality? Imagine floating on a cloud. The Magic Carpet Ride suspension system uses cameras to read the road ahead and adjusts before you hit bumps. You don't feel potholes. You don't feel speed bumps. You barely feel the road. But here's the truth. The Nissan Rogue will transport you just as effectively. It'll get you to the same destinations. Your passengers won't arrive any faster in the Rolls-Royce. The difference? Status, prestige, the ability to pull up to a restaurant and have everyone turn their heads. Is that worth $983,000 extra dollars? That depends entirely on how much you value turning heads versus having money in your bank account. Our final affordable option, the Ford Edge. Around $15,000 for older models with reasonable mileage. The Edge represents something important. Size for your money. This is not a compact SUV. This is a mid-size SUV. That means more space, more room for passengers, more cargo capacity, more everything. You get 3 rows of seating options in some models. You get powerful engine choices. You get genuine highway presence. The older Edges, from 2015 to 2020, can be found well under $20,000. And while they might have more miles, Fords from this era are known for durability. Interior comfort? Good. Not luxurious, but genuinely comfortable for long trips. Technology? Decent. Ford's Sync system works well for most people's needs. Performance? The available V6 engines provide real power. This is an SUV that can merge onto highways without hesitation. Tow a small trailer? No problem. Is it the most refined? No. Does it have the prestige of foreign brands? Absolutely not. But does it give you the most vehicle for around $15,000? Yes. And for families who need space more than they need status, that matters. The Edge is proof that American automakers can deliver value, lots of space, decent reliability, affordable maintenance, all for a price that won't require a second mortgage. And finally, our most exclusive entry, the Scaldarsi Emperor 1, $1.5 million. You've probably never heard of this vehicle, most people haven't. And that's exactly the point. This isn't mass-produced, this isn't available at dealerships. This is built to order in tiny numbers for clients whose names you'll never know. Based on the Mercedes Maybach platform, but completely reimagined. Extended wheelbase, custom bodywork, handcrafted interior that takes months to complete. The materials? The finest leathers in the world, exotic woods, precious metals, gemstones if you want them. Everything is bespoke. Nothing comes from a parts bin. Clients can specify everything. The exact shade of leather, the pattern of the stitching, the finish on every surface. Some clients spend years working with designers to perfect every detail. The result? A vehicle that is completely, absolutely, utterly unique. No two are alike, ever. Performance? A V12 engine producing over 600 horsepower. But performance isn't really the point. Exclusivity is the point. You're not buying transportation, you're not buying luxury, you're buying rarity. You're buying the knowledge that almost no one else in the world has what you have. While Ford Edge owners are enjoying family road trips and saving money, Scaldarsi Emperor owners are, well, attending private events with other people who can afford $1.5 million SUVs. It's not just a different vehicle, it's a different universe. So, we've seen both extremes. 5 SUVs under $20,000. Practical, reliable, affordable, and 5 SUVs over $1 million. Excessive, exclusive, absurd. Here's the truth. The $1 million SUV is not 50 times better. The Mazda CX-5 gets you to work just as effectively as the Karlmann King. The Honda CR-V transports your family just as safely as the Ferrari Purosangue. The expensive SUVs offer more power, more luxury, more prestige. But do they offer more happiness? Studies say no. Once you meet your basic needs, more money doesn't equal more joy. The person driving the Honda CR-V isn't worried about scratches or $1,000 oil changes. They're just living their life. The person driving the $2 million Carlman King? They're worried about where to park it and who might damage it. Here's my conclusion. If you have $20,000, buy one of the affordable options. You'll get reliable transportation and smart value. If you have $20 million, sure, buy the Carlman King. You can afford the absurdity, but remember this. The best car isn't the one that costs the most. It's the one that serves your needs without destroying your financial future. The affordable SUVs won't make you Instagram famous, but they'll get you where you need to go, last for years, and let you sleep at night knowing you made the smart choice. Sometimes, smart is better than spectacular. Thanks for watching.